never found my name, and I've never found my name hanging anywhere on a keychain or anything. I like to thank the other folks at FoxTale for inviting us here. And I used to work at the post office. I worked 10 years at the post office, and I'd like to applaud everyone that made it on time, because the traffic is as bad now as it was back then. I got started writing in 2008. I had left the post office and I wanted to do something else. And when I left, I wasn't quite as active. And I started putting on weight. Plus I had quit smoking. Before I'd known it, I had gained 100 pounds. And I went to the doctor, and the lady and we looked at the scale. I got to this weight, and I said, oh, I must be a middle-aged fat woman. And she looked at me and she says, well, I wouldn't call you that, but you definitely might have something there. So that's when I started a blog called Reflections on a Middle-Aged Fat Woman, and it has chronicled my events and things that have happened since that in 2008. And my first book was called Reflections on a Middle-Aged Fat Woman, and that was a collection of my essays. And I discovered the Irma Bombeck Writers Workshop in 2012, and I've met a lot of people from there, and they've encouraged my humor writing. And I've also, the book that I wanted to read from tonight was called Scrunchie-Fried, which is a collection of new essays, and it's based on my attempts to get a good haircut, which I've yet to find a good haircut since I've moved to Georgia. It kind of looks all right today, but one of my friends from out of town was visiting and fixed it for me. So. This selection is called What I Did for Brown. You've probably heard the UPS slogan, what can Brown do for you? Well, this is what I did for Brown. I'm not big on house codes, especially this time of year when it's so hot. I don't have central air, but I have 3 window units that are scattered around the house. This results in me taking certain liberties in my own home. Whenever I get out of the shower, I like to air dry. Since there is no air conditioning in the bathroom, I usually go into the kitchen and stand in front of that unit, which is right beside the door. The door has a shade, but sometimes I keep the shade up because I like to spy on my neighbor to see what she's doing. I'm just one of those people. Well, recently I had an unexpected visitor. It was the UPS man. He and I become friendly this past year, and we're even on a first-name basis. He usually backs the truck down the driveway because there isn't anywhere to turn around. I usually hear the truck because they're pretty loud, running with the diesel. I don't know if it was the radio that I had up too loud, the window unit roaring, or I just had my head up my butt. Because I heard a knock at the door, and then everything seemed to go in slow motion. I jumped, looked through the window on the door, saw him, screamed, and crossed my arms right across my chest. Brown's eyes shot straight up. He stumbled backward his balance and dumped my package on the chair outside. Nothing to sign, he said. Have a nice day. I didn't move because I was too mortified to budge. I had just flashed the UPS guy. Goodness, with my luck, the Jehovah's Witnesses would be pulling in next. After the shock wore off, the worry set in. What was his reaction? Will it make things weird between us? Maybe I do need to wear a house coat. Later in the evening, when I was sitting on the porch, I was surprised to see another UPS truck pull into the driveway. Puzzled, I stood up and walked to the edge of the porch. Somehow, I wasn't that surprised that it was my visitor from this morning, and he had a package in his hand. Oh crap, what am I going to say to this guy? Before I could say anything, he smiled and handed me the package. In all of the excitement this morning, I forgot this one. And by the way, nice package. And up the hill he went. And that was what I did for Brown. I just finished up my first novel, which I'm very excited about. It's kind of like a do-over for adults. If you could do a do-over of the last 25 years, what would you do? And my editor has that. Thank you very much.